invited to have access to this. Because sometimes you have contexts which are very open. Sometimes you have contexts where it's very private.
So we're more, rather than there just being 3 contributors, there's 3 curators of the knowledge that's contributed.
Okay.
Yeah, does that sound good?
That's
perfect. Cool. And then also, like, clients are encouraged to contribute as well. Again, it's kind of taking baby steps with that at the moment in terms of how active they're going to be, because it depends on what their purposes and their primary want is from the space, this private space. It could be just literally a section which they extract from, and that's all they want, and that's what they kind of engage with, is just extracting information. They don't want to contribute. The more they contribute, the more engaged and more relevant the information will be, and kind of the more collaboration there is, the better it will be. And it just depends on the client, I think, how much they're willing to put their time into doing that. So I'd say, like, clients are encouraged to contribute, but at their will, I guess. Like, kind of, there's no necessity for it. It would only improve the kind of sharing of knowledge, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So. In terms of assets, valuable, because I'd say it's so broad in terms of knowledge.
Yes, that would be interesting. In fact, how many files do you share internally? Do you have a drive? Do you have?
In terms of anything that's shared, we do have like a shared drive for documents that are shared internally, but that's obviously like research and the primary and the reports and things like that. But in terms of anything that's sharing knowledge rather than sharing finished products of work, Knowledge Plaza is probably the main hub for that.
Okay.
It's kind of also done, I guess, verbally as well and through discussion. It only takes one person to read off Knowledge Plaza to then disseminate it in a team meeting, for example. But yeah, the main asset I think that we're like constantly working on, because the whole point of broader consumer trends is me and Freya and the consumer trends department have to know all of the broader trends in terms of no matter what topic comes in, what client wants to know what, we should be at the forefront of that kind of point. So just the general knowledge in terms of a wider lens, that's kind of probably the primary and the only thing that we're mainly tasked with doing, and everything else is in terms of getting that knowledge around. Who do we target? Who wants what? Which, we put knowledge in big capital letters in terms of,
So the takers, all employees?
All employees, yeah.
Okay. Because I thought it was only a portion, but no.
It's in terms of it's meant to be for the researchers because they're the ones writing the reports, and then the technical staff that help work on the reports. We've started including them in as well because it's good if they're moderating users and things like engaging with the communities, then it'd be ideal for them to have the same kind of knowledge and the same kind of background. So they're starting in the shared alerts, they're included. They're more than welcome to contribute as well themselves like that. Obviously it's less of a primary importance because their job is the technical side, but being aware of it is definitely something that I don't think that could hurt. And they're obviously they're people as well. They see, they read, they engage with the world, and because it's all very consumer focused, they're all consumers. Yeah. Anything they can contribute is always appreciated as well. So it's kind of I'd say there's no one in the company that's not willingly engaged with sharing knowledge, because obviously it's like a team effort. So I'd say all employees, but especially researchers. Okay. And then takers as well are the clients that engage on Knowledge Plaza. Also, I'd say me and the consumer trends team as well, because because there's such a vast quantity of knowledge on there, when providing context for a report, we don't remember everything that we've seen in the world, and Knowledge Plaza is like essentially what we work from. It's kind of the main platform that we go to in terms of, okay, so what do we know about a seasonal event or a certain product? Is straight to Knowledge Plaza, what have we created about this? And we've got this kind of like nice list of relevant articles that are like, okay, so we build from this, and then if we need to go wider, we can do, but that'll probably end up on Knowledge Plaza as well. So I think probably me and Freya are probably the biggest takers from Knowledge Plaza as well.
Great.
Yeah. But I think that loops back to this kind of attention and engagement feedback, because as we're the primary contributors and primary takers as well, like in terms of the knowledge that we gain from it, people that aren't as engaged or interactive kind of on a daily basis, that's where we're kind of like, how do you not use it? We're using it all the time for everything. Like it's kind of that kind of divide where it's not honest. Yeah. But yeah, that's great.
Brilliant.
So where do we go from here?
What's your feedback on the knowledge sharing canvas?
I really like it. It's I think I like the versatility of it the most. In terms of it does help structure your thoughts, but in the different ways you show me that it could be applied as well. It's one of the kind of my struggles is providing a structure to the kind of the thoughts, especially because with the work I do is so wide and broad, and there's so many sources of that knowledge,
Yeah.
and so many kind of outputs that I need to do as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that nice middle bit. Is this a good filter for that in terms of organising what I need to do with this wide array of information, a wide array of outputs?
Yeah.
It's kind of a great filter in terms of knowing where I need to focus and prioritise. Like I hadn't thought about, like for example, the feedback section and things like that. It's nice to see it in that light where we're really strong in some areas, so you can identify weaknesses, or just even very like open and visually, like a lack of space in certain areas. It's kind of like, oh, okay, that was very difficult to come up with points in that area. So yeah, I was really kind of a big fan.
And do you think if you ask your colleagues to write on it, do you think they're gonna write the same thing as you, or
I'd hope so. But yeah, if we didn't, it'd be interesting to see like where we identify different strengths and weaknesses. But I think it comes down from like a math perspective and what lens you look through it. But I'd imagine, yeah.